Hi guys, welcome to EduTap, and here is another lecture with general awareness news from 10th to 13th November. So today we'll be covering these 4 days through this particular lecture, and it is going to be helpful for RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A and SEBI Grade A and RBI Assistant as well as the NABARD Assistant examination. So let us just start with today's lecture, and there will be MCQs also at the end of the lecture. You have to try and solve them because they will be based on the news only. So before proceeding, let me just tell you about our courses which are being offered by us and can be helpful for you guys. So we have a SEBI Grade A course, RBI Grade B course and NABARD Grade A course, and the combo of RBI and SEBI and RBIF NABARD also. And for IBPS AFO also we are offering a test series as well as the course. And telling you about our previous results, since we have been working in this field from quite some time now and we have been blessed with some brilliant results. So in the 2017 exam of RBI Grade B, 27 of our students could make it to the final list. So you can see again a good result here. Then NABARD Grade A 2018, 46 generalist seats were there, and let me tell you, 20 of them were EduTapians. So again a great result. And let me just tell you that RBI Grade B 2018 interviews are going on, and 220 of our students are going through the interview phase. So here also we are expecting a great results. So let us just start with our today's lecture. So our first news is, okay, so our very first news is about the appointment to the post of chairperson of the Competition Commission of India. So Ashok Kumar Gupta, the serving IAS officer, has been appointed as the chairperson of CCI. You can see the picture here. I have mentioned, I've given the picture here because once you see it, you are able to keep this in mind. So that is why I've given here. Just go through the picture and the name Ashok Kumar Gupta, because appointments, the latest appointment to such important posts are usually asked in the examination. And let me tell you about the Competition Commission of India itself. So it is a statutory body. Now statutory body means that it has been established by an act of the parliament, and it is not a constitutional body. That is, it is rather not mentioned in the Constitution of India. So this you need to keep in mind, what is the difference between a statutory and the constitutional body. So CCI was established by the Competition Act of 2002, and it is responsible for enforcing and preventing the activities that have an appreciable adverse effect on the competition of India. So basically promotion of the healthy competition is its mandate. The final establishment was in 2003. And the important thing is that this particular commission functions under the aegis of MCA, that is the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So yes, these are some important things about this particular news. Okay, now this is important, National Education Day. So 11th November is being celebrated throughout India as the National Education Day. Now this is the day of the as the birthday of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Now you can see in the picture here Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. He was a freedom fighter, and the important thing is he was India's first education minister. So he has served a pretty long term, 1947 to 58. So Maulana Abul Kalam Azad is in himself a very important personality, and important thing is that he is responsible for the establishment of the major academies like Sangeet Natak Academy, Lalit Kala Academy and Sahitya Akademi also. So these were the institutions which were set up under his tenure. And not only this, he was also a liberal minded person who at that particular time favored the education of women, children and all other important things which were related to education. So first IIT IISc also was established under particularly the tenure of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. What is else important is that UGC, that is Universities Grant Commission, was also established under him only. Okay, moving to the next news, Inspire 2018. I will just tell you about Inspire first, then we'll move on to this particular news. So Inspire basically is the international symposium to promote innovation and research in the energy efficiency. So that is the acronym of Inspire. And as you can see from the name itself, it is an international symposium so that people from organizations all over the world come together, and it will be more like a conference where they'll be discussing about the energy efficiency. Now India actually is working towards an energy efficiency a lot. You must know that International Solar Alliance was a brainchild of India and France together, and the headquarter of ISA is in Gurgaon, that is Gurugram, basically in Haryana. So that is just to tell you about some information so that you get to know about the India's role in energy efficiency. So this was the second edition of Inspire particularly, and important thing is it was organized by EESL, Energy Efficiency Services Limited, and World Bank. So EESL is itself a PSU under the Ministry of Power, and World Bank has collaborated with EESL to organizing this Inspire. So the symposium focused particularly on these three topics: enhancing grid management, e-mobility again is very important nowadays, then financial instruments, technologies for energy efficiency in India. So these were the focus theme of this particular symposium. And some important events have taken place under this particular Inspire symposium. So EESL and ADB, that is Asian Development Bank, have signed an agreement for GEF, that is Global Environment Facility, to establish an EERF. So what is this EERF? See, Energy Efficiency Revolving Fund. You need to keep this thing in mind. It is very important. It aims to expand and sustain investments in the energy efficiency market, particularly in India. So see, now this becomes very important that ADB and EESL have signed the agreement, but through GEF. So Global Environment Facility is itself a facility which is aimed at the transfer of funds from the developed nations and contributing towards the developing nations, particularly for sustainable development. And not only this, under this Inspire 2018, EESL and GAIL. So GAIL is again a PSU under the Government of India. They have signed an MOU to develop the natural gas based cogeneration and trigeneration projects. Now what is this cogeneration? I will just tell you here. See, cogeneration basically means that when you are generating a kind of power or energy you are generating, then the process is such that cogeneration takes place. That is, simultaneously two energies are being produced. That is, maybe that one, the waste which is coming out from the process 1 is being given to the input of process 2. So that is cogeneration, and trigeneration is where 3 such processes are taking place. So again, you can see such an important step in the energy efficiency and its related market. So yes, these were some very important takeaways from Inspire 2018. Do keep all these things in mind, and let us move forward. Okay, our next news is again important. The UNESCO 2018 Asia Pacific Award for Cultural Heritage Conservation. Now this is very important award, and since it has been conferred for the Asia Pacific region, India being a part of it, it becomes important for us. And the location where the award has been conferred is Ladakh under the Jammu and Kashmir state. So restoration of an aristocratic house from a state of partial ruin by the Ladakh Arts and Media Organization has been conferred this award. So now what is important here is that LAMO organization particularly chose the salvaged and local building materials and indigenous construction techniques to redevelop this particular aristocratic house, and it has been awarded with UNESCO's award. Then apart from this, you also need to know that 2 restoration projects from Mumbai have also got special mention in the UNESCO's award list. Now they are the colonial era projects which have been renovated, and they contribute to the cultural heritage of the world. So do keep in mind about this UNESCO award, and yes, that would be it from this particular news. Okay, next important news is about the global IT challenge for youth with disabilities. So this has taken place in India for the year 2018, organized by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment under its particular Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities. So they have organized this global IT challenge, and since this is an international symposium, you can say, so here again so many countries had come together and participated. The persons from these countries with disabilities came, and they were given awards on the various fields. So 55 awards were total there, and the objective of it is basically for the youth with disabilities to leverage the IT skills among them. Now see, as you know that a kind of digital revolution has started in the world. It is said that a fourth industrial revolution with the digitization has come up. So why a category of the persons with disabilities be left behind? So this particular challenge is focusing on them so as to bring them under the ambit of ICT again. Okay, so this has taken place in New Delhi. Just keep this in mind. Okay, so our last two news are related to some naval exercises. So SIMBEX has just kicked off at Port Blair. So 25th edition, it is important 25th anniversary of the Singapore-India Maritime Bilateral Exercise in the Port Blair, that is the capital of the islands of Andaman and Nicobar. So it was started way back in 1994 with the basic anti-submarine warfare activities, that is ASW as it is given here, and now they have graduated to become the complex combat drills. So we share a very good relation with Singapore. India has also decided to develop the Port Sabang near Indonesia, which is again close to Andamans. So apart from this, I will tell you that if we have talked about Port Sabang now, the inaugural edition of the Indian Navy and Indonesian Navy exercise called as Samudra Shakti has also begun. So SIMBEX related to Singapore, India, Samudra Shakti related to Indonesia and India. Now what is important is that SIMBEX has completed 25 years, whereas it was the first edition of the India and Indonesian bilateral Navy exercises. And the Sabang port, I have told you, it is near Andamans, and India is going to develop it strategically. And yes, I would also like to tell you that Port Blair is itself important because it is the home to India's only Tri-Services Command. So the Tri-Services Command means that it is a location where all three defense services are located, that is Air Force, Army and Navy, and their services are basically located at the strategically important location. So that was all about the important news, and now we'll move on to solve the MCQs. It's your turn to solve the MCQs since you have seen all the news now. Okay, so let us just start. So very first question is, who has been recently appointed as the chairman of the Competition Commission of India recently? Give yourself some time, pause the video, go through the options and mark what is the correct answer. So our answer to this question is option number A, that is Ashok Kumar Gupta. He has been appointed as the chairman of CCI. And Harsh Kumar Bhanwala, I would just like to tell you here, he is the chairperson of the NABARD, that is the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So yes, that would be it. Moving to next question. Inspire 2018 has been organized jointly by EESL and which of the following organizations? Now this is important. I am telling you, you have to identify the correct option. Is it World Bank, World Economic Forum, Green Climate Fund, United Nations Environment Program, or Niti Aayog? and our correct answer is World Bank. See, World Bank is important because it is involved in so many activities, particularly the economic capacity development are under the ambit of World Bank. And Niti Aayog, you may also get confused if you have not read about it, because all these important are the important organizations. So it becomes difficult to specifically find out which of them has organized it. So you know the answer here is World Bank. Okay, easy question. National Education Day celebrated on which of the following days? Is it 14th November, the Children's Day, 26th November, 11th November, 1st November, or do you think that some other day is celebrated as National Education Day in India? And our answer is 11th November. So Maulana Abul Kalam's birthday is celebrated as National Education Day. 14th November is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday, so that is called as the Children's Day. 26th November is the Constitution Day of India, because it is the day on which the Constitution of India was actually adopted. And 1st November is not as such, there is no national relevance, rather the Haryana state was formed on this particular day, so that is called as the Haryana Day. And question number 4, again important. Samudra Shakti is the bilateral naval exercise between India and which of the following nations? Is it Djibouti, Singapore, Malaysia, Afghanistan, or Indonesia? Yes, and our answer is option E, Indonesia. So Djibouti is a country, a strategically important nation in the Horn of Africa. And Singapore, with Singapore we have the Simbex, we have just seen it. And see, it becomes, you have to use it here, your mind, that Afghanistan is particularly a landlocked nation. So India cannot have a bilateral naval exercise with Afghanistan particularly. And yes, so Malaysia and Indonesia could have become your important options, and Indonesia is the answer. So these are your answers. Tally your scores, do mention your score below, and yes, that would be it. So that's it guys from this lecture, and you must go and visit our website www.edutab.co.in if you want to know about our courses and these examinations. You can also drop us a mail at hello@edutab.co.in. Our contact number is given here for you guys, 8146-207-241. You can call us or even WhatsApp us on this number. So I would also like to tell that if you want to improvise us, you want us to add something particularly in this series, or you want to give some feedback, please do mention in the comments below. So I really hope you like this lecture, and if you think that the content was useful to you, please like, subscribe and share this video. So thank you guys for being here. I wish you all a very happy learning from EduTab. Thank you.